video just about things going forward for the end of the term. I'm going to be using my, I have two sections in 127. One was completely online, one's only half online, but from the second half on, it's all been the same, so it'll be all the same explanation from here forward. So let's go forward. So you guys have been working through these. You guys are the lucky class that has everything already pre-built, and mostly, and that things have been, and so everything's been done. So, and you've always had 2 weeks. I've been actively building a lot for my other classes. I had 5 in total, and one of them had absolutely nothing built. So you've been working through these, watching the videos, going through all this, and you guys should be on week 13. This is kind of a longer section. There's a lot to do, and all this other, oops, that shouldn't be there. And so please continue to work through this. And so when module 14 is finishing up, notice here it should just say watch all the videos, turn in stuff. So basically just finish everything in the class. That's all I really want you to do. And so stuff's due the following Friday. And so let me explain what I did here. So if we go to Math 127, so this is the actual online course, it's all the same. And then just go to assignments. Notice here, everything is due now the 1st of May at 10:30 p.m. So, and I opened up absolutely everything, and notice even the chapter assessments have been given an extra submission, so even if you didn't do well, you can redo that one. I do want to apologize to both classes for the chapter 9 and 11 assessment. The homework here for that, for some reason, upgraded to the next section of the book. And so we're using the 6th edition, this upgraded the 7th edition, and so the matching between the problems, and the see here, we're in the 6th edition. That's the one you bought, and that's the one we're still using until we upgrade to the 7th. So the matching wasn't the best. I mean, standardly, I try to make the assessments a little bit harder than the homework, but this one tended to, since it was a little bit harder and a little bit different, tended to go well. There was a curve applied to your guys' class and for that, and that means most. And so, even though the average was still an 80 on that exam, I curved it a chunk for each of you guys, and so some of you have extra credit, and those who do know who you are, and if you don't have extra credit, you can earn it, because I opened up everything and you get an extra submission for everything. The homework you always had 50 submissions, so I didn't upgrade that, but if you didn't finish it by 50, you're just guessing at that point. So everything is open, so the entire class is open. The entire class is open, and so you can repair any of your grades. And so there's no reason not to take your grade basically up to a 90 or higher at this point. And so I've opened it all up for you guys. It's not your fault that you went online. Half the class chose it, the other class did not. And it's been rough for all of us, and so I just want to make this as easy as possible, but yet still have you learn do all the work. So everything is open, and everything is free for you to repair your grades. And so let's go back to the modules real quick. All right, so we're going to go back to these modules. And so here, so this is this homework, these questions. So the questions here are worth 0 points, and so but I will give up to 10 points. And so if you haven't been doing the homework questions or participating in little discussion boards, please do so and earn those points. And you can ask quiz questions, and you can ask even chapter assessment questions. I'm not going to be horribly picky here. At this point, I just want you to learn all the material. And if you ask your friends and learn how to do it and get it done on your papers, I'm happy. And I really want everyone to do very well in this class and pass. As for the final exam overview, that's still in the works. So this is from the one from last time, and it's not published because we're probably going to do something different. I will probably still have one with video answers and one for you guys to do. The videos will look different, obviously, because school shut down, but I have a tablet here, and I've learned how to make videos with the tablet, so we'll go ahead and I will do that for you guys to get you ready for the final. The final, if you guys have a question, is going to be, let's see, Just go to home. It's just going to be something very much like the chapter assessments. So it's going to be very much like it. We have a place where we've been working on it. Here it is. Here's the final exam translation. So here's what the ones we've been working on. It was updated like a little while ago. Another professor, Dr. Tavlov, is in charge of it, so he's going to be working on a different thing. And we're just going to import this in. Now, let me be very, very careful about what's going to go on here. This is not going to be like the chapter assessments I've given you. It's going to be a lot stricter in a sense, because here, if you go into one of our chapter assessments, we hit edit settings, right? There'll be a little bit different values for each student, so that assignments, display all the questions at once, but it's only going to have one submission. So that's it, right? So you're only going to try once, and then I'm pretty sure they're going to make it timed. So we're going to open it up, and you're only going to have like 2 to 4 hours, depending on the windows. I've heard them talk about both. So your final exam is going to be like every one of these chapter assessments, and so that's why I've given you multiple tries, and it's not only giving you multiple tries, but it's on question parts, right? You don't have to do the entire assignment, right? And so I've done it as softly as possible for you guys. The actual final will probably be, the entire thing will be all submitted at once. It's be one submission, that's it. If you had a problem with your computer, you're going to have to do it on a thing-by-thing basis, but the department's in charge of that, and so they're probably going to say, I don't want to say tough luck, but they're going to say, please make sure everything's working beforehand. Please double check everything beforehand. You're going to have 3 submissions and no time allowed. It gives you a lot of time, and if things go wrong, you should have plenty of time to fix it. And you can also look at the exam before you finish it and all this other stuff. So I've given you a lot of the benefit of the doubt. When you actually take the real final, will be that. Now, granted, you're still take it on a computer, so technically it's open book. And so you don't have to memorize really nothing, right? As long as, because you could have all your notes laid out on your desk, and so you guys have lucked out because everyone else has to memorize all those formulas. So you've lucked out that you could have a unit circle, you could have all your equations, you can have work problems on your desk, whatever. And so you guys are going to have a supreme advantage. And so I was reading a book called Obstacles, I think it is, and it says look at all your obstacles and assess them and how they become advantages to you. And so even though this has all been online, you haven't had access to me that much because I've been making videos for other classes, and yet you guys already had videos done by the department. Now you have the advantage of taking the exam online, which allows you to have notes, which allows you to have all these things. So, and for some of you, this is the last math class you need. So, in order to help you pass, I've opened up everything for you guys. I've also made I've also made chapter, double check chapter 14, or chapter 12 assessment. Let's go to current assignments real quick. So I rewrote the 12 assessment to match the updated homework. And so it now matches the correct homework, and it should be, and the difficulty is easier. It is still a little bit harder than the homework, but it should be a lot easier than this exam. So please try your best, guys. Good luck. Once I have the finalized version of the final, I will make these final practices for you guys. And then I'll have final review discussions ready to go for them. These are just going to be little practice. These will look a lot like this, just it'll be with the correct questions. Here's the question, you'll probably see something like this, but these questions will now match what's on WebAssign. One thing to note, while all the assignments have been changed here, so they all say May 1st at 10:30, they will not change here. So if you just go to our assignments here, they do not change here. They'll all stay. The discussions I've already graded those, so just use this discussion group for that. But for the homework, all these will still say whenever they originally were due. Another thing to note, if I've given you an extension, it doesn't reopen it for you. So the extension is an override of the date, and so if you've already been given an extension, you can't use this extension, the change of date for this. If you get everything above 90%, then email me and I will manually update the ones that you haven't done to this date. But if you haven't done everything else into that, I'm not going to say please finish everything else, because it's going to take a long time to go student by student out of all the extensions I've given to do that. And so if you've done everything else up to 90, you've shown to me that you're willing to do the work, and then I'll open it up for you to do that work. Okay. Last thing to note, let's just go to your exam. So remember these three for the in-class people. These three exams will make up your exam 3, and then I'll use that to curve your final, your midterm, and your exam 1. So then I'll do the try again. So if you got like 60 on this and 80 on this, that retroactively makes this 70, and then if you got 100 on this and this was 80, this would retroactively make this 90. So you can earn that back to half your points. Please review that. So for the in-class one, these are all tied together as one. For the online course, let me just open that up and explain the quick difference there. For the online course, assignments. Do not click on grades. Assignments. Yes, and so here, for you guys, these will be weighted, and I'll weight each one of these individually because your online chapter tests were the only test you had, and then your final grade can help your midterm grades. If you didn't do super well on the midterm, you can do well on the final, and I'll fix that. I'll have videos up once my hand gets better. I've made like 4 of these videos. I don't know if I explained what happened to my hand. Long story short, my brother's dog got rat poison, so I had to snag it out of his mouth, and he wanted to eat it, and so we got it out of his mouth. My hand did not fare so well, and so it's completely bandaged up for a week. But and then I administered hydrogen peroxide to induce vomiting and save the dog, and so the dog's doing great. My hand not so much. So once my hand's better, I'll start making videos, and also I need to wait until we finalize whatever final we're gonna do for that. And so once we finalize that and do that, I'll start making those videos. But we're still in week 13, so that's week 15. So that's still 2 weeks out. But I'll have everything ready before that point. Okay. All right. Good luck, guys. Best of luck. I really hope you guys do well. I really hope everyone's being safe and things are going well for you and your family. And I do worry about you guys, and I do miss seeing your faces. I mean, the online class I didn't see your face that much, but for the other class I did. Do your best. There's a good opportunity to do really well in this course. Everything's been opened, and I'm still applying, and the curve's still alive, and the try again policy is still alive, and so you can earn extra credit and get the curve back on anything you didn't. So no matter what your grade was, you can easily pass at this point if you just put in that extra set of effort. So and I've given you lots of time to do it. I mean, today is what, the 21st, and you have until the 1st, so that's a good while. So good luck, guys. If you have any questions, always please email me. I'll be a little slow responding because I have to do it all left-handed for a week until my little hand heals. But good luck, and I really hope you guys do well. If there's anything else I can do to help you guys out or to make it better, easier for you, let me know. Okay? All right. Well, take care.